hope I win the game.
Yeah, so just prepare to...
It'll be great.
It'll be perfect. Yeah, so just prepare to...
Y'all motherfuckers don't watch us play throughout the year, to tell you the truth. I'm gonna be real with you, and I don't care if I get fined.
I got my sweet jerk with a shoes on.
That train is off the track.
I feel like you can't just like jump through Neptune and be okay.
Just prepare to...
What the show needs is more dogs and bears and chickens and stuff.
Yeah, so just prepare to be awash in unbeatable goodness.
Welcome, Pacers fans. You were listening to the Undebeatables. Today is July 23rd, 2017. Coming to you from Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm your host, Joey Gafrida, the man behind the dials and season ticket holder. We're playing the guessing game with the bartender. Joining me are two of our analysts, coast to coast, like buttered toast. First from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., it's the doctor, Jason Triplett.
What is up, Pacers fans? What is up, Undebeatables? Good to see you guys. It's been a while. Summertime, taking some more relaxed pace to our podcasting. I'm going to give two shout-outs this week. First to the chairman, who survived a training exercise in essentially Death Valley, just south of Death Valley, but survived, so welcome home. And shout out to Andy Freeze, who helped me move the kitchen table from which I am podcasting to you today. So
No longer at the counter, buddy. You've
no longer at the kitchen counter, man. Yeah. I'm moving up in this world.
That's right.
From Indianapolis, Indiana, he's our in-house bartender, mixing up the drinks and the crappy jingles, John Colson.
What is up, Pacer Nation? I'd like to shout out my lovely girlfriend, Kyle. It was her birthday last weekend. And she said, all I want for my birthday is to be a part of a quiz show on your podcast. And so that's what she's going to be a part of today.
Dreams do come true.
That's right.
Happy birthday, Kyle.
Guessing game!
There's a guessing game.
I need the fans to tweet in a better name for this show, because if it goes well, we'll do it again. So the guessing game is not a great title. But, just a little spoiler alert, it will involve guessing, and it is a game. So maybe it's just super accurate.
We will see.
All right, gentlemen. So before this pod, I sent you all some questions for you to privately guess the answers to without Googling them. Just use your dome, your educated guess, and send me back a guess. You all got different questions. Okay, and so now I'm going to ask each of you, based on the original guesses, for you to guess live on the show. It'll make more sense as I get going. All right. So,
Okay.
Joey, this question is for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many regular season tickets were sold by the Pacers in 2016-2017? Now, you don't need to give me the answer. All you have to do is say whether Kyle or Jason were closer to the answer. Okay?
I'm going to vote for Jason.
So Jason's answer was 500,000 individual tickets sold last year. And Kyle's guess was 552,000.
Oh, wow.
Tickets
Very
sold.
close.
So, Joey, without Googling it and just using your brain, you can use math, you can use a calculator, you just can't use the internet.
You could undo-Google it, too, if you want to.
Ooh. Maybe
It's a different game.
I'll do that. So you're looking for the number I think it is.
Right, but in accordance to the other guesses. So you don't have to give me a number, you just have to tell me who's
Okay.
closer.
I think Jason's closer.
Okay. You would be incorrect.
Ooh.
The number was 684,578. So Kyle was closest on that one.
Wait, how many? Six?
I think that's fake news.
684,578. So you guys are going to fact check me on these.
Well, that puts it around like 16,000 a game,
Correct.
and
Yeah,
I
there's
went
no
to a
way.
bunch of those games.
That's what they sold. You know how they sell that. They sell a whole row out to a corporation and nobody shows up. That stuff happens. These are tickets
Yeah, but
sold.
what's capacity at the field?
So you're saying
18,000.
18?
Yeah.
Okay.
18,165, I think.
Yeah, so my thinking was that there was probably about 10,000 people or
Right.
so at every game.
So we're looking
So
at the
that gets
difference
you at
between
410,000, then I rounded up quite a bit.
Right. Well, you got to consider they've
So-
sold out probably 6 to 8 games.
Yeah, but then they probably also had like 3,000 people
They
at
never had.
6 to 8 games.
I'm just telling you the official number from the Pacers website. That was the answer. So,
fake news.
so Joey doesn't win that one. Let's see. We've got one for Jason here.
Okay.
According to Forbes, the combined value of all 30 NBA teams in 2017.
Okay.
Now,
Doing some quick math in my head.
okay, so
okay.
Joey's guess was 28.5 billion.
Okay.
Okay, and Kyle's guess was 55 billion. So who's
Okay.
closer?
So my thinking on this was that what the Clippers sold for $2 billion ish or something a couple years ago, and I think the Bucks, who are thought to be one of the least valuable franchises, sold for like 500 million or something like that.
Correct.
So let's say on average a team is worth about $1 billion
Right.
across the league.
Right.
And there's 30 teams. So my thinking was somewhere around 30 billion, which is where Joey's number is. So I'm going to Joey on this one.
Okay. You are correct. Kyle's guess was 55 billion. The actual answer is 40 billion, 605 million. So,
Wow.
so Joey was 12 billion off and Kyle was 15 billion off, but Joey's closer. So,
Not by much.
So the average NBA team is worth about 1.3.
yeah, so New
$4
York
billion.
New York is projected
Oh, yeah,
by
New York's
Forbes
gotta
to
be
be
huge.
3.3 billion. And the lowest franchise, I believe, in the current market is ranked about 700 million.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, that's amazing. So,
Who is the lowest ranked franchise? The Pacers?
no, we were in the 20s, like 22 or something. I can't remember exactly off the top of my dome.
Just
Actually,
like us
I can pull
on
it
the
up.
basketball court. Not quite the worst, but definitely outside, definitely below the middle of the pack.
So Jason gets the first point, which is nice. First on the board.
Moo.
So the Pacers are 24, valued at $880 million.
Okay.
Anyway, the lowest rated franchise in the league is the New Orleans Pelicans at $750 million.
Let's put together some a group.
Sure, why not?
Do a Kickstarter, GoFundMe.
Maybe the Almighty Baller Radio Network could all own a team.
Oh, yeah. That wouldn't be a conflict of interest, I don't think.
No.
Okay, Joey, I know you love movies. And so this question's for you.
Okay.
Okay. The combined tickets sold on the top 3 ticket-selling movies of all time. This is not top grossing. This is not adjusted for money. There's none of that. It's just tickets sold. The top 3 most popular movies based on tickets sold of all time. Combine those numbers, and I need a number. All right, let me give you the guesses that Jason had. Jason went with 120 million tickets sold. Okay?
Okay.
And Kyle went with 500 million tickets sold.
Okay. So, can you repeat the question?
Sure. The top 3 movies ticket sales wise of all time. So I can tell you those movies if that helps you. They didn't get those movies,
Okay.
but that would maybe
Sure.
be helpful. Gone with the Wind, number 1 ticket sales all time.
Oh.
Star Wars, number 2, the original Star Wars. Number 3, Titanic.
And when you say the original, you mean episode 1.
No. Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. And then Titanic. Those 3 sold the most tickets of all time. Combine that number, what you got? It's either closer to 500 million or 120 million.
So for what it's worth, when I was doing my math, I had 2 of the 3 movies
Nice.
correct in my mind.
Nice. Which one did you
I
guess?
forgot about Gone with the Wind.
Gone
I
with the
had
Wind.
Star Wars and Titanic.
Nice. Well done.
Well, I'm gonna go on the high end.
Okay.
I think everyone in the world probably saw Gone with the Wind,
Yeah.
except me. I've never seen it.
Yeah, but everyone who could go to a movie back then went to a movie. That's probably a good guess.
Yeah.
And the answer is you are correct. Kyle was closer. It's 594.85
Holy shnikes.
million tickets sold.
Wow.
That was way off. This was a tough one because you only... First of all, I don't follow the entertainment news, but when they report success, they do it only in dollars.
Right.
So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm going to guess this movie made X number of dollars divided by a ticket cost.
Used to cost $3 versus
but
$15.
Yeah,
right.
but I did the math horribly.
Well, and this is
wrong.
why I liked this question better because I looked up top grossing movies all the time, and they're like, oh, well, based on inflation and all this crap, and I was like, I don't care. I just want to know most popular movies of all time in the theater. So that's what these were.
So was that the order? Titanic is still...
Number 3.
Has sold the most tickets?
No, Titanic is number 3. Gone with the Wind was 1.
Oh, okay.
Star Wars was 2.
Okay.
Titanic was 3. Yep. And for a long time, Titanic was the highest grossing movie of all time for a long period of time. But then I think, more recently as 3D movies and stuff have come in.
Avatar or something.
Yeah, exactly. Avatar and all that.
Do they count in the episode 4 Star Wars? Do they count tickets sold to the reboot that came out like in the early 2000s?
I do-
Do those
I do-
go into
I do-
the same pot?
I think that's a separate movie.
Okay. So I wonder if you sum those together,
They would probably
be more
that
than
would
Gone with the Wind.
Probably. That's a good question. We'll have to check that on the internet. All right, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a poorly worded question. I apologize, but the top 4 3-point shooting teams last year. Okay.
Okay.
On average, those 4 teams, on average, how many 3-pointers did they make? So you take the top 4, how many they made on average, divided by 4, essentially.
Per game?
Per game, correct. Let me give you the guesses here.
And we're saying that top 4 is by number of makes per game.
Yes, correct. And
Not
their
like
average.
shooting percentage
Right,
or something.
their average that they make. So Joey's
Okay.
guess was 12. Kyle's guess was 8.
I think I'm going with Joey, and I think it's actually higher than Joey's number,
Okay.
if I were to guess.
You are correct. It is 12.9.
Oh, I thought it was going to be significantly higher.
Well, Houston averaged 14.4. They were way
Oh,
ahead.
that's it.
Way ahead of the rest of the makes. This is an attempts. So
Yep.
the top 4 teams averaged 51.6 makes a game. Okay. So nice job, Jason, with another point. So it's 2-1 right now, I believe. Just a side fun fact: the Pacers ranked 22nd in the league with 8.8 3-pointers a game.
See what I tell you? We're always in the
That's-
low to mid 20s
That's right.
of everything.
All right, Jason. How many burgers do Americans consume in a year? Americans. How many do they consume in a year? Americans. How many burgers do
So
Americans
we're not. So we're not talking border crossers here. If they eat a burger, that doesn't go into the total.
Okay, well, no, if they're in the border of America, maybe. If you're
so
immigrant, they could be illegal immigrants. They're people in America.
Because I tell you, I live in the district, and we get a lot of international tourists, and what they want to do is get a good burger at Shake Shack.
Okay, so I think that counts. I think if you eat
gotta
how many burgers were eaten in America last year?
Burgers
conversely-
eaten in America.
So
Okay.
conversely, burgers eaten by Americans abroad don't count.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Okay.
Now,
Although there's a bill in Congress to count.
so Joey's guess: 1.2 billion burgers consumed last year.
Okay.
Kyle's guess: 30 billion burgers
Whoa.
consumed.
Whoa. It's a
last
big gap.
year. Yeah, that's a big gap.
Big gap.
So you got to get closest. Whoever.
All right, let me do some mental math. So what do we got? There's like 350 million people in the United States.
Oh no,
we'll say, roughly.
it's more than that, right? It's like 700.
It's more than that.
No. It's like 300, 350
Oh, okay.
million.
Yeah.
There's
And we'll say-
there's 7 billion people in the world, right?
Yes.
350 million in America. Okay.
Yeah. So let's say per American.
Right.
Jeez, that's a lot of burgers. Per American, you probably eat at least 10, I would say. Probably more than that, right?
A year?
Yeah.
I don't want to help you here, but we live off dollar burgers from McDonald's, right? I mean, that's how people survive.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Low end is 10.
10 a year.
That already gets you at 3.5 billion.
Okay.
So, but the question is, does that get you close to 30 billion?
Right.
If you include all the foreigners that come and eat burgers. Plus, we probably eat more than that. I'm going to go with Kyle on this one. I think it's high. I think it's a ridiculous. Every fact about Americans consuming anything, I'm disgusted by the answer. So that's what I'm gonna go with.
Here's the thing. The problem I had with the question was I don't know when was this before or after the travel ban? Because those numbers are just going to go down.
I didn't give you enough information, Joe. You didn't ask follow-up questions either. It's okay.
Okay.
You were correct, Jason. The answer is 50 billion burgers.
Oh
Oh my God.
Yeah. I think Kyle did her math, and she was saying that people consumed at least a burger a week, and that's how she got to her number or something.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, so. But apparently that's like 2.5 burgers a week or something. I don't know what that is. It's a lot of burgers. And I think she even cut out the old and the young. I think she just took the number to minus 25%. So Joe, you didn't do enough math on that one, buddy.
Didn't need to. All right.
Yeah. Well, you're forgiven, Joe. You're seeing the world from a vegetarian bias.
That's
like
true.
You,
That is
you
true.
have 0 burgers a year. So
Well, wait. I eat black bean burgers often. Do those count?
yeah, are those going into the number?
No, we're just talking about beef burgers.
So if you add those in, now we're looking at 300 billion or
Yeah.
something. No,
Yeah.
No, we're looking
I
at
like
like
the-
50 billion and
50.5 billion. But if you're looking at the number of veggie burgers thrown out in disgust, then you're looking at
Really
over 100 billion.
That's right.
If you throw them out, just call me. They're not that bad. I get that they're not.
No, they're good. They're good.
They're all right.
All right, Joey.
Yeah.
The world record for a human holding their breath.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Jason's guess was 12 minutes and 45 seconds. Kyle's guess was 6 minutes. Who's closer?
And this is somebody who lives at the end of it, right?
They didn't just stop breathing. That would be
Right.
It's a tough record to beat.
It's ongoing.
It's ongoing.
Wait, I want to change my number. Then. That's what I was thinking. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. This is the first thing that comes to my mind is about 6 minutes, but I feel like I've been misunderestimating some numbers. So I'm going to go on the high end with Jason's 12 minutes and 45 seconds.
Okay, and you would be correct. The world record for a human holding their breath, 19 minutes
What?
19 minutes.
That is crazy talk.
That is crazy talk. Here's a fun one.
Because I thought I was crazy high, because I started where you were at, Joey. I said 6 minutes, and then I said, no, it's probably disgustingly higher than that.
Right.
So I, doubled it, and then went a little bit more.
Was that? Does that you get brain damage from that, right?
I don't know, man.
That can't be good for you. You're depriving oxygen from your brain for a very long time. So here's a fun fact. We don't have Kyle here to guess this one, so I'm just going to put it out there. It's kind of fun and related. How long can a sperm whale hold its breath? Jason, you guessed 45 minutes. Oh, Joey, did you not guess this one?
No, I guessed. I think
Oh, you guessed 32 minutes.
32 minutes. Yeah,
Okay, so
which I'd like to change
now that you know
You're
how
gonna
long
go for an hour and a half.
to 46 minutes.
yes, you would be correct. The answer is 90 minutes.
90
Wow.
minutes.
Yeah.
What? Why even be a mammal if you're not going to breathe for 90 minutes?
What are you doing, sperm whale?
Why even be a mammal?
That's probably not even the longest, right? Because sperm whales aren't even that big. So I would guess a blue whale could go for
Well, that's what I thought too.
A
But
day and a half or something.
apparently among whales, sperm whales can hold their breath the longest.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay, Jason, this I think is a reasonable one.
Okay.
How
I
many
have no reason to think.
how many rebounds
Okay.
did Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar combined in their careers?
Okay.
Okay, so Joey's guess was 52,000.
Okay.
Okay. And Kyle's guess, with a little bit of second, questions from me. She asked me some questions on this one because she didn't know anything about these players. She guessed 60,000.
Okay. What were the three players again?
The top three rebounders of all time: Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay. So I want to say, God, these numbers are super close because I want to say they were all in the 20,000 rebound range for their career. So my guess is that the number falls right in between 52 and 60. But I'm going to go... The lesson we've learned so far in this quiz is to go high. So I'm going to go with Kyle on this one.
Okay.
For the 60K.
Yeah, 63,004.
Okay, nice.
Joey, what number was Austin Crozier selected in the 1997 NBA draft? So, Jason, his guess was 18. Kyle's guess was 19.
Ooh.
So it's basically a higher or lower game on this one.
So we can't split the difference here. Well, she was drafted by the Pacers, correct? So,
Yep.
how did they do in the 96-97 season? Is the question.
It's an excellent question.
It is the question.
Those years, they were pretty good. I'm thinking Jason's closer.
You are correct. He was drafted 12th overall
Oh, God.
in the
He was a
lottery.
lottery pick?
Yeah. If you'll remember, 96-97, I believe, is the year that we missed the playoffs the last year with...
Oh.
Is that right? Was that 96? That was 96. We made the... And then we hired Bird.
So we did not make the playoffs that year.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, because
39 and 43 we went that year.
Yeah. We fired Brown and we hired Bird the next year, where we went to the Eastern Conference Finals 3 years in a row and went to the championship in 2000 against the Lakers. So, yeah. Amidst all that real success, we had that one bad year, and with our lottery pick, we got Austin Crozier.
And we still have him today. in the
Championship.
media.
We do.
Oh, no, wait.
We do.
We didn't get one of those.
Nice guessing, though. Everybody's doing really well on this. Okay, Joey. How many planets are estimated to be in the Goldilocks zone in the Milky Way, in our galaxy, according to NASA? So the Goldilocks zone is NASA's range for potentially habitable planets, right? So not too hot, not too cold. They've got to be rocky, that sort of stuff. So they're, I think in Star Trek, that would be like M-class planets. I think NASA calls them exoplanets. But they also have to be in the habitable range around suns. So the guesses from Jason, planets in the Goldilocks zone, according to NASA, and according to Jason, would be 10,000. Okay. According to Kyle, her guess was 30 billion. So you've got a wide range. Wide range.
While you're thinking about it, can I ask a question? So in our solar system, which I don't even know what the name of it is, how many planets are in the Goldilocks zone? Is it just Earth?
No.
Or is it Earth and Mars?
And Venus.
And Venus.
Yes.
Okay.
So 30% of the planets in our solar system are in the Goldilocks zone.
I'm going to crazy town. I'm going up to 30 billion. I think it's in between, but I think it's, I guess my guess is probably, the astronomical numbers are so big.
Yeah.
I'm guessing maybe, I don't know. My guess would be a couple million, but I think I'm just wrong. And I think it's more billions than that.
Kyle's closer.
Whoa.
Yeah. So the deal is there's this Kepler satellite that went out looking for these habitable planets. And the original data coming back is that about 24% of all planets found were in the Goldilocks zone.
Okay.
And the estimate by NASA is that it's tens of billions of habitable planets in our galaxy alone. And the odds of life not existing in the universe is 1 in 6 sextillion.
Wow.
I don't even know what that number means.
Yeah, it's one with a bunch of zeros behind it.
There's also a fun fact in the in this article that there are 5 sextillion grains of sand on Earth. So the odds of life in the universe is more than the grains of sand on the planet.
So what I'm seeing on the interwebs now is that there are estimated to be 100 billion solar masses, or stars in the Milky Way galaxy, and there are an estimated 10 trillion galaxies.
10 trillion
in the universe.
See, that sounds like a lot.
And so that, if you do that math, then there's 1 followed by 24 zeros of stars in the universe.
There you go. That's crazy.
So, Jason, you were way off, is what we got from that.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
All right, one final question. Jason, this one's for you.
Okay.
I believe everybody's gotten their guess correct except Joey's original guess, right? So, Jason, I believe this is... If you get this one, you win.
Okay.
Okay. How many Celtics banners hang in TD Garden? How many Celtics banners hang in TD Garden?
And my guess was 13 billion.
Joey's guess was 16.
Okay.
Okay. And Kyle's guess was 75.
So, question of clarification.
Okay.
Are we talking straight up championship banners? Are we talking if they won the Eastern Conference, they got a banner? If they won their division, they get a banner? Are we talking retired jerseys? Do those count as banners?
Yes.
All of those things count as banners.
So it's just banners hanging, Celtics banners, because in the TD Garden they also have, I think, Bruins and stuff. Yeah. So it's Celtics banners hanging in TD Garden.
Okay, and what were the numbers again?
Kyle guessed 75. She asked a little bit about the history of the Celtics, and then she, based on her going to the Pacer games and seeing those banners, that was her educated guess. Joey guessed 16.
It's nice to be able to ask the...
He gets 1-6 or 6-0?
1-6 because I thought it was
1-6.
championships only.
Okay, gotcha. So yours is clearly lower than the total. Yours is the
Yes.
floor.
Yeah.
Question is the actual number closer to the ceiling?
Yes,
Is the
it is.
ceiling the roof?
Right.
Is what we're asking.
Is it on fire?
So what I do know is that the retired numbers in TD Garden, they don't have. There are so many of them that they don't have their own things. They just have one banner with each of the numbers in them, I believe, or at least that's how it used to be in the old Boston Garden. So I'm going to go with Joey on this one. I don't think it gets up to 75. 75 is a lot of banners. There's like not even space in the roof for that many banners. So I think it's more than 16, but I don't think it's anywhere close to 75. That's my guess.
Well done, sir.
Yes!
Nice.
The answer is 20,
Okay.
17 championship banners,
Okay.
and 3 banners holding 21 retired numbers.
Okay, there you go.
And they don't make... They've got no use for conference or division titles because they've got so many actual championships. So
Exactly,
screw it.
yeah.
It's all about winning or not over there.
Right.
Which I thought was really fun. I thought it was really interesting. My guess would have been like 30, but that's why I found it interesting. So, well done, Jason. You're the winner. But I think we're all
Yay.
winners, really.
Yeah. Joey definitely celebrated on that last one. So.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, a lot of Jason's correct answers were on the back of my correct answers.
Yeah, I wonder if we should retroactively go back and figure out what your points were for being closest. I don't know. Maybe it adds up to a different number.
We're not going to.
No. We'll leave that to the super fans. One of the super fans out there will do it.
They can
and
tweet at us.
Create a website. And, yeah.
There's going to be an Undebeatables _stats Twitter account here pretty soon.
Special
That's gonna
thanks
be
to Kyle who stepped in because we were missing Harper this week.
Yeah,
so
no doubt.
appreciate
Shout
it.
out.
So she got her birthday wish. She got to be on the quiz show.
She did. I think she might have actually kneecapped Harper so he couldn't show up at the show. So she could get her birthday wish.
Yeah, no, right? I remember he sent that message saying, I'm getting ready to log into Skype, and that was the last we heard from him. All right. Well, that's pretty much what we got for this week. Off season is a slower time. There's more action than this one than I remember.
Oh my
in a
goodness,
while.
this is crazy.
And weird stuff too. Not just not just your trades, but like people demanding trades and backstabbing, and it's good high drama. Well, our production in the summer is going to be a little bit slower. You're probably not going to get one every week. We may hear us talking about movies every once in a while. You guys have any front runners for some Undewatchables?
Gone with the Wind, it sounds like, Joe.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, so I've never seen Titanic, but I have seen Star Wars. I've seen bits and pieces of Titanic. I know that when you go to when you're on a boat, you got to go up to the front, and somebody's got to hold somebody, and make it so it looks like they're flying.
Yeah. And there's some joke in there about bits and pieces of the Titanic, but I can't get there.
That's too soon, man. All right. Well, till next time, We want to thank you for listening. Thanks for taking time out of your day listening to our show. And you can find us on Twitter. We are at Undebeatables. We're on Facebook.com/The Undebeatables. Website is TheUndebeatables.com. And you can listen to the show as a podcast if you aren't already. And you can subscribe to it in iTunes, Stitcher, anywhere you get your podcast. And if you're in iTunes, give us a review. It helps other folks find our show.
For our once and always coach, Bobby Slick-Leonard. Turn out the lights, the party's over.
Sweet.
Are you thinking about doing like a spin-off show where you just sing for an hour every week?
I think it's going to be very successful.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the highest rated solo Coulson pod out there.
Of all time.
Of all time.